Hi friends, Mindy here. I have an unboxing for you today. This is the most recent kit from Bythewell4God. This is for January. This is a little mini kit that they released this month. If you saw Lori's live, they had a lot going on in the shop and some family things that were happening. And so they were not able to release the kit that they had intended to for January. That will release next month. And so instead of just not releasing this month, they went ahead and did a little mini kit based on a book called The Red Sea Rules by Robert J. Morgan. And so I will get to that, but first I'm going to walk through all the little bits and pieces here. So as always, you get a goodie bag. In this goodie bag is your little thank you card. Always on here are the hashtags that you can follow for each kit. So be sure to follow those. Be sure to also use them if you're posting to social media. That just lets everybody in the community be able to see what each other is doing. If you need ideas, if you need inspiration, if you just want to see, and it's a way for us to see what everyone is doing as well. There's also information on here about the email list for By the Well. It's a good thing to sign up for if you haven't already, because you get an email notifying you of the new kit, and you get that a few hours prior to release, so you can kind of looking through and see what's releasing that day. They'll notify you of restocks and that kind of stuff as well. So good information here on your little thank you card. And then of course on the back is the sneak peek for next month. This is the devotional that was supposed to release in January. We'll be releasing in February, called Trusting a Good God. And I really think that these two things are actually going to go together really, really well. And so I'm excited to see how these kind of piggyback on one another. So there's a little sneak peek of the February kit, so be watching for that. In the goodie bag as well, there's this little stamp that says Turning Seas into Highways. Admit one, it looks like a little ticket, really cute. There was also a bow clip. There's two little clips, and then there's one of the verses from the book, and then there's lines on the back, so you could use that as a journaling spot if you choose to do that. There's also two sheets of these labels, with one with this floral background and then one with kind of some leaves. They're each like lines, the grids, and the dot grid. There are also these little journaling spots that are kind of, you'll see this motif in the stamp set as well. And then it's lined on the back, so you could use these as tuck spots. You could use them, you know, as little tip-ins. You could do all kinds of things with these, and then in all of the colors from the kit this month. I normally would go through the devotional first, but I want to talk about this book just a little bit. So I'm going to set this off to the side, but this is the book that it's based on, again, the Red Sea Rules. One of the items that I believe might be actually sold out is the Traveler's Notebooks, but I'm going to go ahead and show you because I think they do sometimes restock these. I'm not for sure about that, but it has this beautiful floral on the one side, and then the back side has this one that's just kind of this little spray in the corner. Normally they release two, but because this is a mini kit, they just came out with the one set of Traveler's Notebooks. As you know, if you've watched my channel at all, I love the Traveler's Notebooks. They're always good quality. The paper in it is great, and so I just always love working through those. There are also in the mini kit that you could get these pieces a la carte, or you could get them in the bundle, although I don't know if the bundle has sold out. You may only be able to get it a la carte now. I apologize, I should have checked on that more closely before I started recording. But the journaling spots this time are the spiritual prescription cards. We had these a while back. They've made a couple different times, I think, with some different motifs. This has the little lantern on there, and then gives you just lots of room to write out your verses or your notes or anything. And then of course you can the back as well, and then it's just in these really beautiful colors here, so you get a lot of those. I really love the journaling cards, so I actually got a second set of those because I have a feeling I will be writing out a lot of notes as for this kit, as always. There's also a 4x6 stamp set. You can see here's that same little square motif from the goodie bag. And with the stamp set, there are some words here that rule, prayer, scripture, application, and praise. So you can, like, if you're wanting to indicate that you're working through rule 1 or whatever, there's 10 rules in this book. We'll talk about that in a second, but you can, write rule or your prayer, or you can just kind of put that into your label, into your box here. You could do it in this little book plate. And then there's this beautiful lantern, and then some numbers and some punctuation down here as well. Oops. You can kind of see how they have that on the back there, where they have like rule 2, if you're wanting to emphasize those. So that is the stamp set. They also came out with an ephemera pack. This has 23 ephemera pieces with these beautiful florals in these just gorgeous colors. So again, there's 23 of these. I'm not going to go through all of them. I did actually pick up a second one of these because there are no digital files for this mini kit, and so I picked up a second set of the die cuts so I would make sure and have enough as I am working through this book, but you kind of get an idea for all of those ephemera pieces. Set those off here to the side. They're also released 2 sets of flashcards, and as always, the flashcards are not repeats. So you can get either one of these and it will take you all the way through the book, or you can get both of them and it will work together. They put a lot of time and effort into making sure that they're not repeating all of those things, and making sure that either one of them, if you wanted them, would be enough to get you through in terms of the words and the scriptures all the way through the book or the devotional. This is always the case when they're doing the flashcards. So there is this one set that has kind of the pink and the green colors, and then there's the other set that has like the more neutrals. And again, you can use both of them and they'll work together, or you could use one or the other and have plenty to keep you through the whole entire book. Then there was a pack of basically stickers. So you get 2 alpha tiles here in like a neutral, and then this beautiful like burgundy color. And then you get on white sticker paper, the alphas and the numbers. So it'd be another good way to indicate the rules, or or scripture references or whatever. So this is in a beautiful floral kind of like those die cuts. I don't know if you can see. It's really rainy and cloudy here today, so I don't know if my lighting is doing a very good job, but anyway. There's also a sheet of the clear stickers. These are some of the florals, and then there are 2 sets of alphas. One has like a green leafy pattern, and then the other has the kind of blue and teal colors. Hopefully you can kind of see that. So that's everything that you can get to kind of work through this devotional, or this book this month. And then in speaking about the book, it's called the Red Sea Rules, and the way that the book is structured is it's based on 10 rules that it has. And so if you watch the live of Lori, she talked about how they kind of intended that you could do, spend maybe 3 days per rule, and this book will get you through the entire month, whereas normally you would have, the 14-day devotional. So here are kind of the 10 rules. I'll let you look at that. And so, but with the structure of the book, for each rule is kind of broken down into a couple different sections. So you could really just spend just a few minutes a day reading one of these little sections. They're not super long, but they are loaded with scripture and different things. You can see this one's just a few pages long. Then you have another little section, and then at the end of each rule, there are some study questions that you can work through. So in each one of the 10 rules is structured that way. Sometimes there's 2 sections, sometimes there's 3, but you can work through that kind of however you like. I am really excited to work through this. I think it's going to be interesting to see how everybody kind of chooses to do this month, because it's just a different structure than what we're used to, but I think it's going to be really good. So I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to go really well leading into next month's as well. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, I would appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, bye.